and I had my neck fused about 20 years ago, and it always goes into my neck, into the shoulder,
Right.
and then it sort of travels into my back, so I'm tossing and turning a lot.
Right, okay. Come and stand here. Shirley, I want you to face the other way. I'm confused things, aren't I? So I want you to stand like that. Yep. That's it. Brilliant. So you had your neck fused how long ago?
About 20 years ago.
Right.
Say 6, 7.
Right. Can you see the neck somehow doesn't look quite right, left and right?
Yeah.
I've struggled to put it into words, but it doesn't look quite right. Yeah. Right. So how about we fix that first? So we'll get you to sit down here. Now the surgeons will work on people with metal plates, with screws, with bolts, with whatever's in there. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Right, Shirley, so I'm not going to give Shirley the microphone for reasons that may become apparent in a few minutes. Right. All right, okay, so I always recognise all healing comes from that higher source that we are all a part of. So it's not me trying to fix. Right, Shirley, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to bring your awareness into your nose. And as you bring your awareness into the nose, all you're doing is you're observing the flow of air into the nostrils and the flow of air out of the nostrils. Your mind will try and get you to wander. Your mind, the ego, will try and get you to go into either past or future. Right, your ego, guys, only exists in past and future. Tends to exist, not only, I'm being corrected. The ego tends to exist in past or future, telling you a story about the past or mentally projecting you into the future. The real you is inseparable from this moment. So if you want to find out who you really are, come to one of my evening workshops. I've got some development workshops coming up. Your nearest one, guys, is Ashburton. It's the 3rd or 4th of November. It's a Saturday night, might be the 3rd. And I will introduce you to the real you. That's a really cool experience, I can tell you. Right, Shirley, what's happening for you? What sensations have you got?
Feeling a bit cold.
Feeling cold, yes,
Yeah,
working on
cold.
spine. Working on spine, you'll feel again. My hands have gone cold because I'm working on spine. So I talked a little bit about my grandfather was in my body as a 6-year-old. I found him when I was 31. He'd been in my body 25 years. I sort of reckon that spirit world recognised that because I'd had a spirit in my body for 25 years and hadn't ended up on a psych ward, I was actually pretty useful to them because any spirits can hop in. Which is true, and that's how I worked as a medium to begin with, and then my experiences with John of God led me to only work with those spirits that are aligned with the will of God. They are spirits that are working for the highest good of humanity and the whole of creation, because there's more to this planet than just humanity, and if we were to work just for humanity's good, it would be to the detriment of most living things on the planet. So, working in accordance with God's will, what I've done is I've drawn to me those spirits that have transcended ego. They've no longer got personal agendas and they're just working for the greater good of the whole. I have 2 agendas here this lifetime. One is to transform medicine, which I'm doing primarily through my demonstrations, my teachings. It's a bit like trying to melt a massive ice block, getting through to people with that have been brainwashed about these bodies. And my other agenda is education, transforming education. The word educate means to draw out from within. At the moment, you're filling like a pail. You're filling things like you shovel things into a pail. We're not tapping into full human potential because the educational system is not drawing out from within. Everything you need to know is already within you. If you've been taught to think, that would have been a good place to start with an educational system, but sadly you haven't even been taught to do that. You've been taught to memorize things that are sometimes not factually correct, including the science and including human history. And then you've been tested on that knowledge in exam conditions. How could anybody give of their best when they're under that level of stress? And then you feel like you failed, or your children feel like they've failed. The system was set up for everybody to fail. The system was set up for you to not succeed and to be in debt. Because when you're in debt, you're a slave to the system. And it's time for all that to change. And I won't be standing for any political party. Because that's not the way of the future either. An interesting little thought for you, and see how this rests with you. The function of government of a country should be to manage the resources of that country in a sustainable way for the benefit of the people of that country. That's not what we have. It's all going to change. And New Zealand and Canada are the two safest places on the planet. Right, let's see how you feel. You're looking a bit spaced out to me. She looks like she's been away with the fairies, eh? How does that feel?
It doesn't feel too bad, actually. Very good.
Feels all right. Freer? Easier?
It's a bit freer, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Just stand up, move around, notice if there's any pain anywhere in your body.
A little bit here.
Just a little bit there. Here we go. Let's do that last little bit.
Close
Right,
eyes.
this is, close your eyes again. This is for next. So anybody with an issue with your neck. So what I'm going to get you to do first, let's do this little, we'll do a little movement test. So just look to your right. Sit right. See how far around you can see. Look to your left, see how far around you can see. You should be able to see 360 degrees. You shouldn't be able to turn your head 360 degrees, but you should be able to see 360 degrees. So notice just, where your vision is restricted. Close your eyes, uncross your arms and your legs, and just allow this next sound to go into your neck. You have to give permission, all right? So, lady at the front's giving her permission. If you want this sound, you've got to just say, okay, I'd like to receive this sound. Okay. Again. All right, what I'm going to get you to do is with your head, keep your head facing forwards. You let just your eyes go to the right. So your head's facing forwards, your eyes to the right. Then let your eyes continue to turn and your head moves following the movement of the eyes. Notice how much further you can see round. Then let your eyes go back to center. Let the head follow. So eyes move first, head follows, remembering to breathe. And just notice how far round you can see. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, you don't need to go see anybody to fix your neck. Your neck's very, very sensitive. I don't let anybody touch my neck. How's that feeling?
Yeah, good.
Brilliant.